Good morning there, Lorain City, Lorain County. Hey, it's good to see you guys here. Aaron Knapp, live on scene at City Hall. That's right, I'm back down here at the scene of the crime. I'm down here to get my records again today. I sent out another email follow-up. I don't care if they said next Friday. That's their rules. They're to lay out, not mine. They should have already had documentation prepared and ready. And I don't know why they would say that a city council person would have to provide emails that IT would need to provide. So I'm here, it's 7:30. They're about to open up here in 2 minutes. I should say it's 7:28. I'll be going inside, and I'll be spending my day here again. So tune in throughout the day. I want to see some interesting stuff. Once again, I go back to yesterday's encounter with Mayor Bradley. You know, if you ask me to show you what my yelling sounds like, I'll show you to defend myself, to show you that I just talk loud. You know, the fact that everybody wants to judge my speech and the way I speak, that's on them. I am not down here to disturb the peace. I am down here to protest and exercise my civil rights and make sure that this government knows that they can't continue to deny records and break the law. And no matter what they want to say, Bradley and crew are all lawyers. So every time they violate state law, they violate their own ethical code. And that goes for the entire law department. So yesterday and the day before, whatever, man, like you guys are literally down here breaking the law. And that's a violation of your ethical code. So I'm going to be here to document all of it because this is what social workers do. I am a social worker, and I will never stop being a social worker, ever. Not for you, not for anyone. So, let's go get this shit show started. Because I'm tired. And, like I said to my kiddo the other day, this is becoming bullshit. La 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 la. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Oh, I got that cup of coffee and my meds are kicking in, so I'm doing better. That's what I tell everybody. It's like, you gotta just wait until the meds kick in. Otherwise, that Aaron's not a nice Aaron to be around. I tell people that all the time. Like, you think this is bad? You should really see me unmedicated. It's not great. I'm a total jerk. But that's the PTSD. It makes you unrational. Like, I see it. I'm like, oh wait, no. I'm like, dude, you can't control that? And it's just like, I'll be having a conversation with myself. Like, apparently not. Like my wallet too.
What are you doing today, sir? Good.
Yeah. And then my daughter has it too. So in the morning, we both, this morning when we got up, I told her, I was like, you need to take these too. If she hadn't taken her meds, I was like, the two of us in the car ride over, one of her friends wants to hitch a ride to school, right? And I was like, baby, I love you. And if you love your friend, you won't put her in a car with us in the morning going to school. We are two of the nastiest people going to school when our meds are kicking in. Like, she complains like a grown-ass man about people parking. Like, today at the high school, she's like, look at this jackass parking sideways. Like, you don't even know how to drive. It's not sideways. They just pulled in at an angle and stopped. But she does. She sounds like a 50-year-old dude all the time. And I'm like, come on. Don't be like that. You're fine. Yeah. For the military. Well, let's just say from the military and and all my job selection after I got out, I just kept choosing to do the same dumbass security, physical, get your ass beat, assaulted kind of shit jobs. I was doing loss prevention in places that were less than. In San Jose, I'd do loss prevention at this one area, and there was this Safeway, and it was bad. Like, we were arresting 8-9 people a day. We could go in there and just get our quota and be done. And it was, bad. Like, people come in and be like, threaten, say they have HIV, and they're going to spit on you. Yeah. Things like that. And you okay. I'd end up in the hospital all the time, and the nurses would always be like, you need a new line of work. Like, you're not even a cop. You're getting beat down, getting these shoplifters and stuff for what? And I was like, for a paycheck. You know, what did I know? I was a tanker in the Army. I got out and, you know, I wrote a resume and they said, just don't give that to anyone. You look like you're applying to be a mercenary. Because that's the way they had us write our things when we got out. So I only knew blow and shop. So it's kind of hard. So then the total shift to social worker, that's why you see this other guy that's still in there somewhere. Because he rails against this social worker dude that OSU created. He's like, why do you even care? I do. I have the two sides of my persona. One is just my day-to-day, right? Like who I am. But that damn social worker persona has like eked itself into every aspect of my life. To the point where, and it's not a bad thing, it just makes me be better about the way I say things, about the way that I express things. I'm still a total jerk, but I don't say anything that would socially upset people. You know, I'm not going to use racist terminology. I understand when people are being racist, when it's to that point where they want to pretend like they're not, but they are. Like when they use certain verbiage towards people. And I'm like, what do you mean, you people? Which people are you talking about right now? Is it you people or you people? And then they look at me like, what? And I was like, I'm just saying, man, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it's inundated out here. The people out here, I just see this racism as to the point where people of color have accepted it. And people who are white will just throw it around like it's nothing. And it blows my mind because I'm like, in California, like people would rail against this. There would be like outbursts. People would be losing their mind over like the thing that happened with James upstairs, getting thrown in jail for having a camera on the second floor by Mihawk. And then again, I went into Mihawk's files and I had the court give me every last file for Mihawk. He has issued more contempts from more people across the board, and mostly people of color, for nothing. He didn't have the legal right to do it. It was just like those tickets. No summons, no appear in front of another judge. He just put him in jail. And in this case, 30 days for a camera? That's ridiculous. They can't keep doing that. And I'm not James's friend. We're acquaintances. I was his next friend for court because we know each other, and I try to keep that separation so that I can advocate for people like him. If I start getting handshake friendly with people, then I'm a friend, and that's not an advocate. A friend is someone that has your best interest at heart and is going to be your buddy. A worker is someone that has your best interest at heart and is going to tell you the hard things sometimes that says, you know what, maybe no. You know, and so I've drawn that fine line with these people, but I started looking into all this stuff and they don't understand. They go, well, you're just a social worker. I was like, everyone thinks a social worker is CPS. And I hate CPS. I'm like, no, we are change agents. Our job is to go in and find problems in systems and change them. The thing is that my compatriots, social workers, are usually females, usually quiet, and they all want to be behind the scenes. They asked in class, they'd say, hey, are you the director, the lead actor, or the grip? Right? And they go, what's a grip? Just someone on the staff. And then all of them were like, well, I'd rather be staff, or I'd rather be behind the camera. Not me. I was like, director, lead actor. You know, like, I want to be in the front because that's where you make the change. And most of my compatriots don't. That's what they told me when I was working. They would say, Aaron, I said, you know this is our ethical code, right? My boss was like, yeah. Okay, so why are you telling me this? She's like, well, because they could just refuse to work with you. Okay. She says, oh, then you'd never be able to work again. And she called it. That's exactly what happened. But I'm still being a social worker. I still have the license. It doesn't do it with the ethical responsibility. I'm still going to get paid by the VA. So I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And that's why when dude said, why aren't you working? Well, I don't know, because the VA says I'm not really supposed to. I fought hard to go back to school so I could work, so I could help people. And Chief McCann, ex-Chief McCann, fucked me. Literally and figuratively. Wrote emails to people, wrote emails to my board, wrote emails to the court, all under the guise of chief of police, and I had broken no laws. And now this whole building supports it, including that police department. So how would you feel if they did that to you? You know what I mean? And then they lied about it for a year and a half. They lied about the email's existence, and then finally Fallon gave them all to me. I mean, honestly, that's my greatest achievement ever. All these white people back here on that wall, no people of color. At least we got a black police chief. I was just going to say it. You know what I mean? Like, we need more color. I'm glad that we got more diversity on city council. It's wonderful. We just need more of that. This city is an international city, and white people are not the total majority. And it's time that people started realizing that. Then things can maybe get a little bit better, and we can start seeing buildings change. And I mean, there's no reason Lorain isn't like loaded in money. Look at Avon Lake. I mean, you guys got lakefront property. Can you imagine if they just bulldozed all of those buildings out there on the lake? All the stuff blocking the view of the lake, those old brick buildings, all of that power, whatever that steel mill was. Like, I don't have any sentimentality about that place at all. Bulldozed the whole thing, put up some high-rise condominiums, built some grocery stores people can walk to. Because that's the other problem. In South Lorain, you have to walk everywhere. And so when you have to walk everywhere, I tell them the housing issues. Like yesterday when we were sitting in here, a guy was coming in and doing an eviction, and I'm like, that's the worst thing you could ever have on your record. Next to getting kicked off of HEAP or PIP, getting an eviction is a death sentence because you can never rent again. No one's going to rent to you if you have an eviction. Why would they? And that's why you see these people on Facebook, private landlords, right? That's private landlords. An eviction will follow you everywhere. It's on your credit. It stains you for life. And so I tell people, don't ever get evicted, but that's the problem in Lorain is that most people either can't find housing, don't have vehicles, and if you don't have a vehicle and the only place you can go is Save-A-Lot for food, and Save-A-Lot, I shop there, but my daughter's always like, why do we shop here? You know, because they have like crappy meat and stuff. And I'm like, babe, if we don't come spend our money here, then, and we can drive, then this place is going to die. And then all of our neighbors that walk here, some of them elderly, won't be able to come. She's always just looking at me like, you're a fucking asshole. Because she's like, why can't we move back to Avon Lake? You know, like when we lived there, the roads were nice. That was the only reason I got on a trip about the potholes in the roads. Because until you've been yelled at every day by a 12 and 13-year-old child coming home from Southview Middle, and it's only like a 4-minute drive, and she's just complaining because she couldn't draw. And I was getting angry because it's my girl, right? She's like, I want to draw. So I started yelling at the city council. Why are there potholes? And then I started looking, and I was like, wow, there really are a lot of potholes. I started driving down side streets. That's why I decided to run for office, because I started driving down all those side streets, and I was like, Jesus, I've been complaining. My street's nice. I live on Talbot. I think, got paved more recently than everyone else, because there were times where people will cut down our road for no reason. I'm like, and they speed. And there's kids, you know, play and all that stuff, but they like it because our road's smooth. And I noticed that too. They'll go around the backside where the roads are at, and they curve around the back as you get off Fairless, and it goes around. One of you guys were dinging your phone? Okay. I thought it was me. I kept hearing it because I'm deaf, and this ear doesn't work really at all. I'm supposed to have a hearing aid in it, and they sent it to me. They gave me one class on it, and I didn't even have the hearing aid. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this thing. I just need to go back to the VA and be like, hey, can you guys like put it in my ear and like make it work? Supposedly they said it's got Bluetooth capabilities. I was like, you mean I can listen to music on it? I was like, you just trying to get me to ignore the world. Give me a second one. Get to redacting, get to redacting, get to redacting my records, you lazy lawyers. My brother was like, did you really sing to them? I was like, hell yeah, you know I sang to them. You know I'm off. It's just, these are vocal stems for ADHD people. Like, my daughter does it too. It's annoying as hell because you can't stop it. You'll literally just start singing things you're supposed to say, like you're in a musical or something. And people are like, why are you singing? I was like, oh, my bad. See, he's the smartest one of all of you. He brings the heavy-duty coffee that you could club somebody with in a little backpack, probably brings food. See? Someone's mom raised them right. Look, you too. I saw somebody over here getting the $2. I didn't plan it out again today, and I should have, because you come over here, the what was it, 225 for those. I was like, damn, I was like, that's an hour of work at the city. Well, at least for you guys. I mean, they don't pay them that cheap, but I'm sure they only give you guys $2 an hour. Ridiculous. I think that's what angers me the most. I was like, can we take some of those high-end triple-digit salaries and kind of filter them down a little bit to some of the workers on the street, and then they maybe be a little more happy about filling our potholes if you paid them a living wage? But nah, that's too much to ask. They expect you to come kiss the ring, all while giving nothing in return. Kiss the ring. Slept good last night, I tell you that, though. I woke up this morning, last night when I got home, I was like, God almighty, standing that long on my lower back? I'm not young anymore. Like, you need to bring a chair, bro. Like, just... I want one of those little chairs that they show on the thing now that just is like, you know, they show them at concerts and stuff. They're like these little tiny chairs. All I can think of is someone really big sitting in it and breaking it. We was at that meeting for the 8th. There was a meeting, I felt so bad, but there was a meeting that we had. It was the last town hall, and there was a lady sitting in that chair over to the right. The chair gave way while she was in it. Straightened it down. And I was like, you try not to laugh, right? I can start laughing in the middle of this when this lady just went down. The chair didn't have a little sign on it that said, do not exceed this weight or something. Oh, man. I'm going to get a drink of water because I didn't plan. I do actually get to leave a little early today because my kid gets out of school and is actually only going to drama club until 3. So I can go pick her up at 3. Oh. It's fun to watch how they all just sort of drift in. You learn a lot about your government sitting down here all day. Boy, I bet you the stories y'all could tell. Fly on the wall. And that's what I always tell my daughter, too. I said, you better watch out for the little people. The people that work doors, the people that, you know, work cash registers. Those are the people, like, the housekeeping. So those are people you want to be nice to. Because they know everything. They hear everything. Because everybody talks around them like they mean nothing. They're like, oh, that, you know, in their mind, I was like, you know, people are around you listening, right? You can't say stuff like that out loud, but they do. We do. Oh, yeah, that's right. Is there something wrong with the water fountain in that bathroom? This one right here? This one? I tried using it the other day.
No, this is the
Oh. Okay. I was trying to get it to work yesterday, and it wasn't working, so I just... This one? Is it still running?
No, it's not.
I thought I was just stupid. Couldn't figure out how... Well, I couldn't just figure out how to use the damn water fountain. I saw that there was a sensor there, but I was waving in front of it, and it just wasn't going.
Yeah, but that one you keep your hand out with it.
Like, I see, yeah. Well, live and you learn. What the heck? Good morning, whoever's in there. It's probably Garen. If you didn't tune in right when I started this morning, guys, welcome to the live stream of another boring day at City Hall. A day in the life of what city door guards go through every single day, the pain and suffering that they must go through to greet people every day. Be here every morning at 7:30 to let everyone in the building. Is there one day that you guys don't really have a lot of court traffic? Friday. I'm never sure how muni courts work because sometimes muni courts are small and they don't have a lot coming in, and so they'll only operate 2 days out of the week, or 2.5, and then it's all clerical. They're still there, but they're not really doing trials or having crowds of people that have to come in and wait. And I'm just curious because those are basically, besides my jackasses, those are the only two clientele you have as city workers in the court, pretty much. Occasionally, I suppose you get somebody coming for building permits or whatnot, but beyond that, it feels like muni court is your... honestly, I feel like that's really what you should be here for, not not the regular Joe Schmoes that are coming in here. They don't feel like they're going to be the problem. It seems like most of the Joe Schmoes are elderly that can barely walk. I'm pretty sure you guys got that under control. It's that muni court crowd that you get. I'm just always shocked at how many people are in muni court. Like the multitude of minor bullshit. That's just like, really? How you end up in here for that? Like, half the time you looked at some of that, you go like, that's illegal? Some of the stuff you like, oh, come on, man. You knew what she was doing. I always laugh when you see someone that gets popped for, like, public intoxication, and I'm just like, well, did you want him to drive? Let him walk home drunk. Just don't let him drive home. Because then they won't kill us. It's simple.
Good morning. How are you guys? Wonderful, thank you. Have a good day.
That letter. That letter on that wall is so obnoxious. So self-serving. He wrote that right after I sent them a disability request saying, you guys can't keep yelling at me and treating me like dog shit in the building. And he wrote that about protecting First Amendment rights and all this stuff. I'm living, walking embodiment of First Amendment rights. And they don't like it. But the fact that he wrote that right after, I was like, look, bro, I begged you guys multiple times because Ray was like yelling at me from the pulpit. And I was sitting in the audience. And I was like, you guys let people talk all the time. I'll whisper one word to somebody and suddenly he's like, did you say something? Chill, bro. Like, Jesus, yeah, I did. When am I not saying something? I literally don't have the ability to shut up. It's like Ron White said, he said, I had the right to remain silent. I just didn't have the ability. There are multiple times I think to myself, you could have just shut the fuck up right there. But the mouth's still moving. I love it when they put stuff through the thing like they care. Any other time, you know he would have just walked right through with that bag. All for show, because they all know I'm here with the live. I still think that old man yesterday was so funny when he came down here and said that. And he's just like, I hate everyone in this building, except for you guys. You guys are all right in my book. Look, you guys are loved by 2 out of 2 a-holes. So I looked over at the guy, I was like, that's me in 30 years. I saw a guy at the bike rally, he was walking just like me, like this, a little bit older, and I was like, what branch? He told me Marines, I said I should have smelled the crayons. I was so proud of myself. I was exhausted last night, but I remembered to charge not only my body cam, but the little battery pack I use to keep this running, because I got that little extra one. I think they might have recalled it on Amazon for fire hazards, but honestly, I don't care. It works really well. And I thought I forgot to charge it, and I went downstairs. I went to my computer desk this morning looking for it, and I had plugged it in. I was like, look at you, being proactive. The body cams... You think that mine runs for mine's got about a 6 or 7 hour runtime, and I killed it yesterday. It doesn't really see much but the roof, but it's got great audio. That's what I like about them, is the audio on a body cam is amazing. I'm always amazed at how quickly the cops are able to mute them. I can never even remember how to turn it on or off. Like, I know the power button is here now, and I think this is the light button, and I know the bottom button here is the record, and that's all I know. I know there's a mute on it somewhere. I don't want to use that. This thing's been my lifesaver, right? I tell everybody, like, go buy one. Spend $150, put it in your car, or buy a dash cam. I mean, it's not to watch just, you're not just using it. I say it protects you. Honestly, that's why I tell the cops, like, I would want one. If I were a police officer, I'd be like, no, you're giving me a body cam. I'm not going, not my word to get, no. No. Because, I mean, it's simple as that. When you are by yourself with someone else, it's he said, she said, always. And yeah, you get a little extra balance because you're law enforcement, but why wouldn't you want a video that says, nah, see, look, he was the one being a dill hole, not me. I've seen so many body cams that have exonerated officers. Back before they turned me here into whatever this is, I was a bootlicker. Like, because in Cali, all my friends were cops. And so I came out here kind of At first I got to Idaho and it started to diminish because those guys were small town and they were all buddies. And then I got here and it started diminishing again. I was like, I run into good ones, but then I see all this other stuff. But I watched a video once and it was you see a cop fighting with a woman, and then you see one person like gets the cop's gun. I don't know, something happens, she gets shot. But you only see that window, right? When you take that window back this way and this way, you see more. The cops were there to stop an arranged marriage of a juvenile that was there. The family freaked out. There was all this big altercation. But if you just watched it from the point where you saw there, you would just think this cop just shot an unarmed woman for no reason. But if you watch the whole video, you'll see that there was plenty of reason. And so it just becomes the thing. And so I said, that's why you need to know front to back. You can't just judge off that little smidgen of information you get. Did they just put that up? Did they just put that sign up? Because I saw it yesterday and I took a picture of it. But I've noticed... I've noticed 3 people stop and look at it this morning, that's why. Building inspector needs a belt. I'm so judgy. I told that to my kid yesterday. I was fat shaming people yesterday. She's like, that's mean, Daddy. And I was like, I was in mean mode, sorry. I'm like, I'm in mean mode now. I want everyone but you guys to feel uncomfortable with me, because that's the only way you get what you want, is if you're disagreeable. I read I like Jordan Peterson, and in his 12 Rules to Life, he talks about successful people. The only people that get really what they want are that are disagreeable, because if you're not disagreeable, people are just going to walk all over you. If you don't ask for, by disagreeable, he means like ask for what you want. Like, just, if you want a raise, ask for it. How else are you going to get it? If you think you deserve one, you should go promote yourself. Be your #1 advocate. Make sure that you get what you want. And if you need to be difficult to get it, be difficult, because the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If I sit back and tell them that I will wait and wait and wait and wait, and I know it's in violation of the law, there's no way around it. I know it's a violation of the law. So if I come here and get loud, or Garen gets loud, we're going to arrest him. But City Hall can violate the laws that they make, and nothing happens. And so you just got to stand up and tell them, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And if the court administrator wants to know where my job is at, he can go hang out with McCann. We all know what his address is now, because the city released that online. The audacity of people to act like they're concerned about your guys' information. If I ask for one of your files, like, I'm scared to even ask for files anymore, because I'm afraid they're going to send them to me unredacted, or they're going to miss something big, and then I'm going to be responsible because now I have your information. And I delete it, but it's still in that. You can still find things in the meta world and in emails and all that crap and metadata. It's like, for me, I don't care, because in the olden days, in the military, they put your social on all your orders. It's about like 37,000 different social security numbers on all my orders. Morning. They would put all of our full socials. So I have mine, and anyone else that was transferring in that time, their names and stuff were on those unit orders too. And so I've just got these piles upon piles of social security numbers in my files that I should shred, but they're my military documents. I don't want to get rid of them. So it is what it is, but it's on my dog tags. So if I ever lose them.
Good morning, good morning.
This show is real. I know he don't like me because I told him to fuck off yesterday. He got up on my business. You want to come down and start fucking acting like he belongs anywhere but the second floor, and he doesn't. He works for the jailers upstairs, and that's how I see them. They're a private security force that's paid for by the court. They're not members of the police or the sheriff's department. So they're just, that's what you get when you violate people's rights and get $380,000 worth of traffic fines that you weren't supposed to get and put them into funds that you're not supposed to have so you can fund your own private security force. Morning, sir.
Sir, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. Just down here for another day of fun times and exercising my civil rights.
So you get the request, right? Something from law?
Oh, they're not giving me my requests. They're refusing to give them to me, and yesterday the mayor threatened me. So he told me to come back and flip him off in 2 years when he's not mayor. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it sure feels threatening to me. But if I said something like that, I'd be in jail. So I'll be here all week and all next week because they said they're not going to give them to me till next Friday. Next Friday, a week from tomorrow. And by state law, that's illegal. And so everyone in this building's now been put on notice that they're not giving me my records because I sent out to all the people. And if they don't, yeah, I know. Otherwise, I'll be here every day singing songs to the lawyers. I'm tired. I got some sleep last night at least, but I feel exhausted. I mean, God, look at my eyes. My daughter looked at me yesterday and she was like, I got bags under my eyes, Daddy, I'm tired. She was like, I look weird because the one eye gets too closed when I'm tired. And I was like, that whole one side of the face thing. I was like, that's normal. Like, people have, you know, you got one side that looks strokey, one side that doesn't, you know, one boob bigger than the other, one hand, one foot slightly bigger than the other. You know, we're not matching on both sides. It's going to be a long week, though. That's the thing that they don't really understand about all of this is I don't want to be here. I have so many things I should be doing right now. I've got case files I need to work on. But you're going to openly deny the Public Records Act and Open Meetings Act and public law 149.49G. I mean, like, you've got lawyers in this building that can't follow the law. Yet they're concerned about me and my tone or my voice, which is all constitutionally protected. That's why I'm doing it in this building and not in public, right? I'm not going to go outside and act as I act in here, but this is a town hall forum. I'm allowed to talk and act however I want. And so I love making everyone that comes in here. The fact that our employees get so uncomfortable by me being here just cracks me up. They've all got comments. They've all got things to say. You know, you got the court administrator in his little purple shirt wanting to float around here and boss people around. You got the lawyers who can't wear shirts that fit. Like, literally, like, dude's belly was popping out of his shirt the other day. I saw, like, 2 little buttonholes open. And I'm just like, really? And some of these people come to work dressed like, I don't know what the hell. Like, they went to Goodwill. I mean, I know how much they get paid, so I know they can buy clothes. I don't see what the problem is. You know? Here it is, 8:08 in the morning. You know, some of the employees have shown up. So I'm having, courts are going to open. You're going to have the same 2 muni, well, you got at least 1 new muni judge. But, you know, you got the pseudo bailiff that likes to come down and act like he's a big bully. Really probably needs to get his cholesterol checked. maybe use those stairs instead of the elevator, but, you know, he wants to come down and bully people. You people work for me. You don't get to bully me. You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to boss me around. You're my employees. So why don't you start shutting the fuck up and doing your job? How about that? How about you don't tell me where to sit, Mayor? I'm a grown-ass man. I can pick my own seat on my own. And your little speech that day about, oh, I would just do what I was told if someone told me what to do. No, you wouldn't, because I tell you what to do all the time, and your bitch ass never does it. So, yeah, everybody's been looking at this stupid letter again. This is his letter. I mean, can you imagine the level of narcissistic obnoxiousness you have to say to write this letter, which is a bunch of bullshit, and then to put it on the wall? Like, oh, I'm going to show everybody because all my employees need to stop and read this. It's not like I sent it out in an email to everybody. But hey, it's like correspondence to City Hall. Dear members of Lorain City Council, at this time of year, I thought it appropriate that I present to you my value statement. In Lorain, we should be guided by a simple but profound principle. Every person has dignity and every person belongs. As mayor, I affirm that our city is strongest when we lead with integrity, listen with humility, and govern with fairness. So were you doing that yesterday, Mr. Mayor, when you told me to come back in 2 years and flip you off then, see what you do? Is that how you govern with integrity and fairness, you piece of shit? Seriously? You look good in a suit and that's about it. Your ability to rule this city has diminished. Just like this city hall is diminished by the presence of these illegal people in this building, people breaking city and state law and not giving a crap, and then trying to hold us accountable to bull crap. It's not going to happen. And I know they're all watching because yesterday Dave Vandersom was in my feed, as well as another employee of City Hall. Their names pop up in the feed. They're in City Hall watching my feed in this building. Do they give you guys a uniform allowance for your uniforms, or do you have to pay for them yourself?
No, we get allowance.
Cool. It's easier just to ask the source sometimes than request the records. Because, I mean, those are kind of things that should be comped, especially to people that are semi-volunteer force. Like, you know, I mean, if they charged for uniforms or things like that, I think that would be a little chintzy. They should supply them, or at least do, like, send you over to the uniform supply shop to be measured out and get all those from there.
Morning, John.
Buddy's running against Angel Arroyo. Did he tell you that? Oh, boo-hoo. I'm a crybaby lawyer. Wah. Oh, bitch. You guys notice how some people are now putting their bags through and some people aren't? I'm pretty sure that's from people watching yesterday, because I saw city employees in my feed during the day when they were supposed to be working, like Dave Vandersum and another employee. I believe one of them is one of Mary's aliases. So, you know. That's the other one. So there was two. That one's watching that. Now, without a doubt, I can honestly say I know the rules to coming in City Hall. Senior citizen.
Good, how are you?
Let's see. Mayor got here 8:20. Good for you, Mayor. I mean, you are a senior citizen, so I'm sure you wake up that early. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Morning, guys.
My records, here to get my records. Better get working on getting my records. Morning.
I know. Congratulations to you on graduating on this $66 million.
What time is it? 8:27. Is that clock right? Not really.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Ugh. Go back one.
Good looking out. Ready? I'm good. How are you?
Whenever a claim is joinder of claims, a party asserting a claim or relief as an original claim. Cross claim, counter claim, party claim. That's what we're doing right now. And that one is a joinder of remedies. Fraudulent conviction of claims for it's cognizable only after another claim has been prosecuted and concluded. See, the claims may be joined in a single action, but the courts may still grant relief in that action only in accordance with the relative substance rights of the parties. A particular plaintiff may state a claim for money and a claim to have set aside a conveyance fraudulent to him, but without first having obtained a judgment establishing the claim for money. In particular, a plaintiff may state a claim for money and a claim to have set aside a conveyance fraudulent as to him without first having obtained a judgment. Okay. That makes sense. Termination.
I know, my dad's got the feeling.
Morning, how are you? I'm here, so I guess I'm terrible too. I mean, hey, look, it gives me time to brush up on my Ohio rules of Supreme Court rules on civil procedures. So, do something useful with my time. Background, joiner, not feasible. Subdivision. And the subdivision A1, 2, 3, or 3 can't be a part of the court. Mm-hmm. That's useful advice. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to bring a towel. No, Tally, we don't want to bring a towel. That was the biggest compliment I got out of yesterday's video. They were like, we heard you doing Beavis and Butthead, and my wife thought it was funny. I'm like, really? Again, that's what you guys take out of this? Is that it's dance, monkey, dance? Yeah, fire, fire. Dang, she brought food. It looks like... Oh. This rule is subject to provisions of Rule 23. Oh, that's class actions. See, this is what you guys should be doing for Lorraine with the ticket stuff, class action lawsuit. One or more members of the class may be sued as representative parties on behalf of all members only if their class is so numerous that the joinder of all members is impracticable, which would be in this case because so many people were issued those tickets. And then there are questions of law or fact of comment to the class, which that is because the fact of the matter is the law was not applied properly by allowing them to write the tickets. Then there's the claims of defenses of the representative parties are typical of the claims or defenses of the class and class. I'd have to study up on that one a little bit. Like the claims or defenses of the representative parties are typical of the claims or defenses of the, oh, okay, so that means the claims are all typical. They're not, it's all one same claim more or less. The representative parties will be fairly and adequately protect the interests of the class, yes. Type of class actions. Civil may be maintained by Civil Rule 23A, which is satisfied if the prosecuting separate actions by or against an individual class member would create the risk of inconsistent or varying adjudications with respect to the individual class members. Yeah. So if you have separate trials for each individual who got a bogus ticket, then you end up with issues of adjudication. So that would make sense why 23A, well, especially 23A applies here. The court finds that questions of law or facts common to class members predominate over any questions affecting only individual members, and that a class action is superior to those other available methods for fairly and efficiently adjudicating the controversy. The matters must be pertinent to the findings, and they must include the class member's interest or individually controlling the prosecution or defense of separate actions, the extent and nature of any litigation concerning the controversy already begun by the class members, so anything they've done before, individually or as a class, the desirability or undesirability of concentrating the litigation of the claims in the particular forum, and D, the likely difficulties in managing a class action. None of this is legal advice, I'm just reading, folks. And we're back on 23A, I'm gonna go back to 19. Not that you need a play-by-play, but I'm going to go out to my car real quick, put my wallet and a couple of things out there rather than have to carry them all day, and then I'll come back in. Now that they're all into work. That's interesting. Toes. These were out there in the flower bed. Can we throw this away? I don't. This is lost and found. This is someone's scarf. Let me. I'll just send this through. Yeah, they just was laying out in the rocks in front of I wanted to wear my Jordans today because they're more comfortable, but then that requires me to bend over and tie them. And these boots don't. The boots just slip on.
Okay, I don't know.
All right, I'm going to throw that away. Do you guys have a lost and found? You just want me to throw it away?
Police department will take it.
Yeah, no, they won't. Oops. It fell in the trash can. Too bad. I just don't want it littering up the front of City Hall. If they really wanted their scarf, they wouldn't have left it laying out in front of City Hall. Personally, I just didn't want to see the look on their faces when I tried to turn that scarf in as lost and found. Get out of here. Left. Where are we at? We're already at 51%. Wow. It burns up quick when you know how to plug into the battery pack. This show is real. I wonder if I were to pull the records, how many times he's actually gone through that security checkpoint and actually taken his stuff off and put his bag down. Every other employee just walks through with no cause. A few did today actually walk through and get their stuff done, but I think that's because you guys were watching.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready to retire from that, man.
All right, I'm gonna walk down to the clerk's office and get refused real quick because I need to. I need to physically ask, apparently. Now I clearly see it. It does it right there. Knock, knock. I have to ask so I can get denied again. I want to inspect the records.
Mr. Knapp, I have told you,
You just call up the law department. I'm just telling you.
the records. I'm not the custodian of the records.
Yeah, I can't go up to the law department and ask them, so I'm just asking you to call them for me.
My office is also not the right avenue.
Yes, it is. By law, any office, any government is the right avenue to request
But I
records.
referred you to the correct people.
And I can't go up there, so I'm just asking you to call them for me, please. Assist me. All this is by law, I have to ask and they have to refuse. I've done it a couple of times now, and I need them to come down and do it one more time. They need to come down and just tell me they're not going to let me inspect the records. By state law, they're supposed to, and they've already denied me 3 times now. I mean, besides all the other times that I've requested on email. And then I come down here and I'm not the right office. Every office is the right office. That's the thing about public records that none of the people in this building seem to understand at all, is that the state law, if they took the Sunshine Law class, then how on God's green earth, and she's taken it 1,000 times, how on God's green earth could you tell anybody that you're not the right office? You don't get to do that. That's called delay, deny, distract. It's breaking the law. And I'm going to convince all these people down here at this city hall that they don't get to do that. The law states I can inspect them. They're saying they're working on them. I should be able to at least inspect what they have. I'm allowed to do that by state law, and these people keep refusing me. I'm only going to continue to be nice for so long. I'm going to go file a lawsuit. There's no excuse for 4 months. There's no excuse that emails from city council should be redacted, and there's no reason why there should be that many about me. That being said, I didn't make the laws. I'm just following them. These lawyers can't follow them. The clerk can't follow them. I mean, they swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America. I've got a copy of it right here in my backpack. We can go over the premise. But the idea of this is that they've got to give me the records. And if I don't show up and ask every day, then I'm not going to achieve my statutory rights. So I need to show up and ask, and they need to refuse. Now, if they refuse this time, I'll be headed down to the court tomorrow to file a lawsuit against them. And I'm going to start naming people personally in the lawsuits, because you're personally impeding my rights to get the records. And most of these people have taken these classes. It's a simple law to follow. It's like, don't cross the street in a non-crosswalk, or you're going to get jaywalking. Like, everyone knows that, right? So why is this so hard for people to do? And why is it so difficult for a clerk that has nothing better to do back there anyway to call or make a call for someone? You say, oh, I've already told you I'm not the right office. I don't care. It's not my job to find the right office. It's their job to help me. That's it. And it doesn't matter whether they like it or not. It's the law. If you want me to follow the law, then I expect everyone else to follow the law. So let them come down, let them say no, then I can go back to my post and video. They can make this quick and easy. If they want to just break the law, just come down and say no and leave. I don't want to sit here and debate with them. I just need them to say no. On the record. That's it. Doesn't have to be a big deal. It can just be, nope, we're not going to give them to you. Okay, cool. As Mayor Bradley said yesterday, I have my remedies, and I will use my remedy tomorrow. I just wanted one last refusal, and it needs to be either from her or from them, because whether she wants to believe it or not, she is the clerk of council, and this is about council, not about employees. So, I'm not playing. I'll live here if I have to and exercise my constitutional rights, because every day I come here, I have business because I'm waiting for my records. So I'm not loitering or doing anything like that. I have business in this building. I don't want to have business in this building. I just want my records. I don't know why she can give me every other record, thumb drives, everything, but these are so difficult. These emails from Mary, that again, they said they had to get them from Mary. So they're on a city computer and a city server. Why would Mary have to provide them? Initially, it was going to have to be provided by IT. So is it Dave Comer or is it Mary? So again, you guys just lie to me. You lie straight to my face. And then you expect me to actually respect you? Give me a break. Nobody would respect people that lie to their face. And that's what these folks are doing to me. They're lying to my face because they know the law. They've taken the classes. The clerks here have taken them from multiple people, multiple times. I'm not asking for anything outrageous. I'm asking them to follow the law. That's it. So when these jackasses come down here, they just need to say no and then let me go about my day. Go about investigating the rest of this building. Go around, start exploring lobbies and seeing what people do. Because that's what this is going to turn into. But I didn't come down here to not ask for the record. I'm going to do it every single time. I'm going to do it every single day until they give them to me, because by law they have to. I pre-warned them. I've sent email after email after email after email that I want to inspect them, giving them plenty of notice that they need to let me inspect them. I don't think I'm being unreasonable asking my government follow their own laws. Not one bit. And I'm not ashamed. And they should be ashamed at the way they're treating me. They should feel sick to their stomachs that they're violating their oaths. That they have no care that they're going to get the city sued and get taxpayer dollars wasted. But sure, you guys sit down here and just keep giving money to your friends. Keep hiring people for, outrageous sums of money. I don't know. Hire people into jobs they're probably not qualified for. I am a change agent, folks. This is what we do. It may suck, but I'm not going to stop because it's my legal right. So we'll get our no, and then we'll go back to our post. I'm just going to flip this around for when they come in. This sun feels nice on my back. It's warming. Makes me want to fall asleep. Who knows? Maybe they'll come down with some emails this time. I doubt it. Again, they just need to come tell me no, so I can go. Besides, it's nice to sit for a little while.
Good morning, Mr. Knapp.
Just want to get the no on record that you're not going to let me inspect.
They're not ready yet.
Okay, so you're not going to let me inspect them by law?
I'm not going to let
Okay,
you inspect
so
them.
tomorrow I will be filing in court. Okay? Because you guys have now refused me 3 times to inspect in person, which is against the law. Thanks. Have a great day.
You as well, Mr. Knapp.
You keep violating the law, though. For an attorney, that's a violation of your ethical code. Losers! The law department are nothing but losers. They can't follow the law. Not at all. Nothing but a bunch of losers. Loser, 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 losers. So, you guys heard it live on Facebook. You saw the 2 lawyers in the law department lie and say that the records weren't ready because they're losers. Losers who can't follow the law and who have now broke the law. So they sent Boyles down to say it along with Zaleski. Well, then Zaleski, he's the big fat ass that came at me and actually said that I didn't deserve records because I was running against Angel Arroyo. I'd like to know why Zaleski actually thinks it's okay to support candidates. Like, I don't even get it. Like, these people think they can do whatever they want in this building, and they can't. Because it's our building. Keep on breaking the law, breaking the law. Gonna keep breaking the law, breaking the law. I'm breaking the law, breaking the law. I'm an attorney who doesn't follow my ethical code, and I'm breaking the law. You should really brush up on that ethical code, man. It's gonna end up losing you your license. Sorry, I was talking to the city attorney, not you. We're having a nice little debate over public records requests. They don't want to give them to me, and they don't want to let me inspect them, and by law, you have to. And so when you refuse to let me inspect them and you're an attorney, you violate your ethical code. It really sucks. You seem like an attorney type. There was a poor guy came in last night, or right at close of business. He got here, he said, they said I could go up at 4:30, right? It was like 3:26. Right, or 4:26. And he's like, I can go up there. I never saw him leave. I don't know if they locked him in up there, but he was trying to go up and file something right at close of business. But I think most of that court leaves. Like, they say 4:30, but I feel like they're gone quick.
I'm not here enough to really know.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I helped Mark Puentes break that story on Mihawk. And I'm the one that did all the digging before he did. I have multiple records of Judge Mihawk violating the law by using contempt as a weapon. And I've just submitted it all to the ethics lawyers, or the Judges Ethics Commission, as well as multiple media outlets, and just said, guys, like, for 13 years, he has used contempt as a weapon. He's charged indirect contempt under direct contempt statute. So he says, oh, you indirectly committed contempt. We're going to put direct, and we're going to make it look like you had due process, but you didn't get due process. So if you've ever had a client, I've been talking to my attorney and telling him, like, we need to get together with all these people in the city and make a class action, because all these plaintiffs have the exact same claim. They would have the exact same type of, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're, like, ability to sue. Their claims all match because they're all being charged with the same thing. That would be a perfect opportunity for a class action against the city of Lorain, because they charged all of these people and they let those guys up there do it, and they're not cops. And beyond that, that was the section I didn't want to look at. That's what Mark got from me. The section I did was I was helping one guy out, Mauricio. He went up with a video camera to the second floor, and Judge Mihawk came out, went bonkers, started yelling at him, saying, put that on your Facebook. And I got all the copies. He sentenced the guy to 30 days in jail for having a video camera. I was up there yesterday with a video camera telling the bailiff to go kiss my ass, and they didn't arrest me. So it's just about the application of the law. And I do notice here that there's a lot of one color in those courtrooms. I walked in one day and my buddy who's white was on one side with me and it was just us. And then on the other side, everybody else on the other was one color. And then one lady came in and sat here and she felt awkward, I think, and just I'm not from here. I'm from California. So originally, so when I see stuff like that, it blows my mind.
I got you.
You know, it's just, it's almost unheard of for me to see the type of like things that go on, racism and stuff that go on in open public forums, right? To people. I'm like, you can't say that. Anyway, you have a great day, sir. Yeah, you too. So again, sorry, I was getting a little bit of a poor broadcast signal there over by that wall. So I mean, again, you see once again the law department. This time it was Zaleski and Bowles, the little redhead that comes down to tell me that they're not going to let me inspect the records, which by Ohio state law is illegal. So now we have officially got complaints against all of the law department except for Riley. Every lawyer that works in the law department has now participated in denying me to inspect the records as duly required by state law. So by doing so, where that leaves us is we're back on this channel of having to approach them as if they're lawbreakers, and we're going to have to file complaints against their licenses, and that's going to be a problem for them. So, like I said to Boyles, as I sang a little song to him walking up the stairs, breaking the law, baby, breaking the law, because that's all he's doing. An attorney is breaking the law by refusing to give me records. That's the dumbest bitch move I've ever seen in my life. And that's what these little attorneys are. But I mean, again, what do you expect from attorneys? They're scum, except for my attorney. He's a great guy. But most attorneys, they tend to be scummy. I mean, honestly, again, explain to me why Zaleski, an attorney for the city of Lorain, was rooting for Angel Arroyo and bringing him up in court cases where we were litigating. You explain that to me, why that fat ass was in there doing that. I mean, seriously, he can kiss my ass. Honestly, all of them can. Oh, I was waiting for Zaleski. They can't rage bait me. That's the thing. They can say no all they want, for the record, guys. That's why I'm here. I was here to get them on video saying no 3 times, so when I sue them, I can sue them personally. And I can use this to file complaints against their license at the ethical board. So that's what's going to happen is tomorrow we're going to file a complaint with the ethical board on all of the attorneys in the law department in Lorain because they're violating ORC. And I've clearly shown them under 149.49, like E, G, and I think A, like that they're violating the law. That the law requires that they produce them. And them saying they're not ready yet is not a valid excuse. In fact, you notice he didn't give me an ORC or a valid code there either. That violates the law as well. So what we have now is 4 attorneys who have broken the law. I would go over to the Lorain Police Department and ask them to charge them. But the thing is, Lorain Police Department doesn't do their job either. I still haven't gotten word back on what Arroyo did. I haven't gotten word back on any people. Oh, I know. And they will. But that's cool. They can protect them all they want because I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do this until I die. I'm literally going to video them. I'm going to make their lives difficult because they want to do their law breaking in secrecy, and I don't want to let them do it in secrecy. So I'm going to be casting sunshine on them, showing them how they keep breaking the law. They keep refusing me my records, and you have 4 attorneys in the records department that are idiots, that don't know anything about the law. They're so stupid that they're going to sit here and deny me records over and over and over again like the morons that they are, because they all are morons. I think another one just walked out as I was standing here, and that's cool because I want them to all know I think they're stupid. I think they're less than stupid because they're criminals. They belong in jail. They don't belong in city council. They don't belong in this building. This building's our building, not theirs. You notice they all know me by name now. You notice some people sliding their bags through because you guys were watching yesterday. I mean, that's what goes on. You put them under a public scrutiny, and suddenly they all suddenly act right. So that's what we got to keep doing. We're going to keep videoing. I'm going to buy another battery pack so that I can carry a couple around with me, and I can recharge my body cam on the fly. You know, again, I didn't notice Mayor Bradley saying anything to me this morning when he walked in. He didn't, bust out his guns and say, flip me off in 2 years when I'm not a mayor, because that's threats of bodily harm, in my opinion. Say what you want, but they know I'm disabled. So you know I'm disabled, you know I have PTSD, and you tried to intimidate me. Lorain PD doesn't do nothing. The bailiffs came down and yelled at me, and the court administrator basically tried to question if I had a job or not, and that's none of his business. I would question if he has any fashion sense because he dresses like a little weirdo. And yeah, I'm going to continue to say things that make people feel uncomfortable. Because I don't fucking care. I just don't. Anymore. I mean, I didn't spend 30 minutes. Yeah, I know, right? I didn't spend 30 days in jail because I brought a camera up to the second floor, but James did. He spent 20 some odd days in jail. Man, you know they use titanium now. my right leg, I was worried about my right leg setting it off because I'm a vet too. And I got to...
Show up titanium? Oh, okay.
This checks steel. So it's looking for like weapons grade steel. So usually you won't set it off unless you like a really old veteran, and you don't look old enough to be that old. Like, like World War I, World War II, those guys got like steel plates, like the real steel plates in their head, because they put this titanium plate on my leg, and they done told me like I was supposed to get it out. I was like, the X-ray tech at the VA. Yeah. X-ray tech at the VA was like, you got a steel plate in your leg, right? I was like, what? You're shitting me, right? He was like, God damn it. What did you think was going to happen? You're in a VA hospital. You can't say something like that to a veteran, right? Hey, thank you for your service, man. So that makes 3 refusals in total that they refused to let me inspect the records in person. That's 3 state law violations by this law department on video, for the record. Oh, and again, city employees yesterday were all up in my feed watching this feed. It really cracks me up because they'll come in and like, I see their names. Like I had the city Dave Vanderschmidt or whatever, Vanderschmidt in my feed yesterday. I'm pretty sure that Mary Kathleen is Mary's alternate ego. They all want to come in and watch. I hope she enjoyed watching me talk shit to her. She's my government. I have no respect for her or any of these people because they show me no respect. So why should I show them respect? I tried in the beginning. This whole building's tainted. This is the same police department right here whose chief of police went after a social worker because he's a fat bitch who couldn't pass a PT test, who was a racist and a piece of shit. And I'm so happy I got him fired. I'm so happy that it was me. Yeah, you can say it was Middlebrooks, but Middlebrooks doesn't come out without me. Who do you think they sent that file to get out? Me. That's why they hate me. I released the Middlebrooks files. I released the Rivera files. They've gone viral. Got over 1 million hits on the Rivera stuff. I was the thorn in their side when it came to the West 24th Street or 20, whatever it was stuff with the Hildress. Because they don't like that I advocate for the public. They hate that I do what I'm supposed to do. They hate that I'm trying to question their running of this system. Oh, I don't know. It might have been. Oh, you were looking behind me? Yeah, probably. They're all over at City Hall, man. Like, they usually try to avoid me, but I like to walk around. I'm thinking later on today I'm going to do some exploring. I've pretty much done all the exploring I can do on this floor. So I'm thinking about exploring tomorrow. But I mean, again, I just want to point out, yesterday I went up to the second floor, and I was up there, and I had my body cam on, just like James did, and I put it on my Facebook. So, hey, Mihawk, fuck yourself. That's not illegal, you prick. You people fucking at this courthouse, in this building. I hope this new judge is better than the old judge, because this shit's unacceptable. I expect much more from a government I served my country for. I expect you to do your job and some. I expect you to be honorable people. But apparently you're not. You can't be that, right? You gotta be pricks. You gotta send bullshit-ass, ginger-headed lawyers down to tell me no when you know it's against the law. You're making him break the law, guys, every time you make him say that. So he broke the law twice now, because he said it twice on video, and I've got him recorded. You guys are so stupid. Why would you admit to a crime on tape? Let me get that for you.
No, that's a pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a blessed day.
You too. I mean, just imagine tomorrow I get to go home, or tonight I get to go home and file or get ready to file the motion to sue the city of Lorain again for failure to follow public records laws. And I don't care what they say about it. Now that they've denied me 4 times, that's going to cause them to have to pay damages. And I have sought out an attorney, and they will pay damages. So have fun with that, y'all. And we will be filing against their ethical boards, and we'll be letting them know. I want to tell you. Let's see how many city employees we get in our feed today. Catch them with flies with honey, baby. Flies with honey. Hey, Garen, since I know you're probably in here watching or will be at some point, do me a favor, write down all the attorneys' names in the law department, except for Riley's. Get their full names and information. Also, get me the name of that court administrator and send it all to my email. I'm going to need those so I can sue the city tomorrow or tonight, and I'm going to need the court administrator's name so I can file an official judicial complaint against him. For being up in my business and asking why I wasn't at work. How about why weren't you at work in your little fur-police shirt coming downstairs and trying to talk shit? Why were you even opening your fucking mouth, Coughlin? Seriously, what business do you have to speak to me? Keep my fucking name out of your mouth, bro. It doesn't matter whether I'm working or not. It's none of your fucking business. Do your fucking job. Nice Aaron's gone, folks. This is where we're at. This is where we live now. Sorry. All of this is constitutionally protected speech in a constitutionally protected speech area. They can do nothing about it. Yesterday I had to yell only because Mayor Bradley accused me of yelling and then said, "You're not yelling." Really, I said, "You want me to show you yelling?" He said, "Sure." So I did. They'll try to blame me for that too, but he asked, I obliged. I'm not going to be told that because I have a loud voice or a deep voice that you're going to discriminate against me for that too. You know, it's not like I've told them 1,000 times that I have PTSD, and when you confront me like that, it causes problems for me. But instead, Bradley wants to go on and say, well, I'm disabled too. I'm elderly. Dude, shut up. Well, I'm elderly. You fucking joke. Fuck you. If you're so fucking frail and elderly, then why are you threatening me? The guy that doesn't fight. I mean, seriously. It's like insanity here. That these people don't want to give records. They don't want to do their duty. They don't want to follow the law. The whole law department, I'm going to have to sue all of them. I'm just glad I get to include Zaleski's fat ass now. That man needs to do some sit-ups. Jesus. He's got a gut the size of freaking Texas. Well, anyway. Is that the rate I'm going when I'm 30? I'll be the only person in the nursing home Florida. No, but I'm here. You looking for the? What are you looking for?
I have court, but I don't know which one. Like, oh, it's upstairs.
Just as you walk up this stairs here and this stairs here, you'll look straight ahead. You'll see the bailiffs. To your left, you'll see the clerk's office. Good luck. I don't know, guys. I mean, is it really, am I really asking that much? I mean, why is Mary Springowski writing that many emails about me? That would be my question. And why would they need to be redacted? I mean, again, I feel like you guys really fucked up this time, and that's why you're hiding this stuff. And the problem is, if you're redacting anything other than a name or a social in those emails, I'm going to have to sue you over that. And you don't care because it's not your money. I mean, even when I sue you personally, the mayor and the safety service director paid tax dollars to defend McCann personally for Rosenbaum to be the attorney. You know, Rosenbaum, the attorney that kicked Jack Bradley's ass in the Nancy Smith case. So Jack Bradley approves the guy that kicks his ass in the Nancy Smith case to represent McCann.